back to my channel. It is a Saturday afternoon and I'm going to do a Q&A. I have made like a little list here on my phone, like the most kind of recent ones and the most interesting ones and the most relevant ones. So I will be consulting that and drinking my coffee and answering the questions. Okay, I haven't got them like categorized in order or anything, so let's just see how this goes. So number one, could you imagine running a full marathon anytime soon or ever? Okay, so I am currently training for a half marathon and I've been doing like kind of like a half marathon training series. Half marathon is 13 miles, so that's about, I don't know, 21 kilometers or something. So it's really not that far if you're an endurance runner, and if you're endurance training, then you know 12 miles is a walk in the park. A marathon is like twice that distance. I think it's like 24 miles or something. It's a really, really long race. Could I imagine myself ever running one? The answer to that is I don't know yet. I really have to see how the half marathon goes. Now, in any normal circumstances, I would be saying yes, definitely. I would definitely imagine myself running a full marathon in the future because, you know, superpowers and all that. No, but I actually have a long-term injury. I have had hip surgery, so I have less cartilage in my right hip. My surgeon told me I would never be able to run more than 5 kilometers again, and now I run like 40 miles a week, and I'm not dealing with any pain or anything. I have no like issues from my injury anymore. I have to do a lot of physio and take care of it and be careful and have perfect form. But I think if I did a full marathon that I could actually aggravate that and make it worse and potentially do some long-term damage. Well, there's already long-term damage, I mean, there's less cartilage there. But you know what I mean. I feel like if I tried to do a full marathon distance, I think it would be just stupid of me because it could, you know, ruin my, the hard work that I've put in so far to be able to run this much. Like 12 miles is no problem, like doesn't cause any pain, but I feel like if I was to try a full marathon, it just might be stupid of me. Like I would love to, of course, I would absolutely love to, and I will see how the half marathon goes. Where is part 2 of your labral tear video, please? So I did do a video like ages back, I think this was like 2 years ago, talking about my hip injury and my hip surgery, and it was like part 1 and I never did a part 2 because I never actually even talked about the surgery or what, like my recovery process or after the surgery. I just talk about the injury and how I got injured, blah blah blah. That video will be linked in the description box if you want to go and have a look at it. I absolutely cringe when I go back and look at this video because I'm like, oh my god, it was like 2 years ago, like little college me. Part 2. So yeah, I definitely think that I will be making a part 2 talking about the surgery and recovery, and yeah, that was definitely a big part of my life for quite a while, so I think I will definitely be doing a part 2. I'm a vegan runner too, and I struggle mentally when I injure myself running. I hate throwing my schedule off, and I was wondering if you've dealt with this type of thing and what can you do? So talking about injury as a runner. Okay, so yeah, I've dealt with injury as a runner. I had hip surgery and I was, you know, off running for over a year. And yeah, when I went through the injury, I was kind of dealing with like really, really severe exercise addiction. I was very ill, I wasn't physically strong, so it was really devastating at the time. This was about 2.5 years ago when the injury happened, and I had to stop running. Like I could barely walk. It was devastating, but I feel like I was in such a bad place at that time already that it was just like everything just kind of like crumbled around me, and yeah, I didn't deal with it very well. I mean, there's not really much choice in what you can do. Like, you just can't exercise. You just can't exercise when you're injured. This question sounds as if this is something that's happening regularly. As an endurance runner, you shouldn't be getting injured, you know, and I know that sounds crazy because injuries are very like often associated with runners because of like high impact on your knees and stuff, but I have never in my whole entire life been injured through sport. I never played rugby or, you know, any of those kind, or weightlifting. They're like more prone to injury than endurance sport is, and I'm reading about that in a book I'm reading at the moment. But in my whole entire life, I've played sport my whole entire life. I've never ever once had a sport injury. The only other time was when I broke my thumb when I was playing Irish football, and the ball like came and like hit my finger in an awkward way, and I was, you know, I broke my finger. I was in a cast. And this injury that I had in my hip wasn't even like sport related. A dog chased me off a ditch. You shouldn't be getting injured often as a runner. You should be foam rolling, you should be stretching, your form should be good. So if it's a question of like recurring injuries, then like you definitely need to kind of supplement your training with strength training. Yoga is amazing. And in terms of the kind of psychological mental side of it, like I hate throwing my schedule off. This is a hard question, and I think I'm gonna have to think more about it and make like a total separate video on it. Like I feel like there's a few questions in here that actually deserve a whole video dedicated to themselves. Yeah, it is really hard, and I think it's all about your relationship with exercise. I mean, why throwing your schedule off? Like, I mean, we all hate getting our schedule thrown off. Whenever I have to do anything that is outside my schedule, I freak out. Like, I absolutely freak out. But if it is like mentally upsetting you, that's like another problem in itself. If it's a question of you're really upset because you can't run because you love running, then I totally get that. I understand that as well. I guess in that situation, in any situation, it should be a motivation to rest and really figure out A, how you can get better, and B, how you can prevent it from happening again. So it's like a mental strengthening exercise, being injured and unable to play. Like, there is no magic formula. Like, there's nothing you can do to make your injury go away. It's something that all athletes deal with, or anyone that's into sport, and if they get an injury, it's always difficult. But I want to put more thought into that and kind of make another video on it, maybe. Can I ask why you're doing your training on a treadmill? Okay, so when I had my injury when I was running outside, I was like attacked by a dog and fell off a ditch. So it kind of made me very uncomfortable about running outside, and obviously I couldn't run like for a year afterwards. Then I had my surgery, and after that I was always like advised to run on the treadmill because it's actually like better for your joints than running outside. Running outside is so bad for your joints. And I know some people hate running on the treadmill, but I absolutely love running on the treadmill. Like, I'm like the only person. So yeah, I prefer running on the treadmill. I think it's better for your training. You can like improve, you just like, you have like the speed, the exact speed, you can control everything. Whereas outside, I guess you've less control over that kind of thing. But yeah, I really do want to start running outside again soon. Like within the next couple of weeks, I'm going to join back the running club in my area here in Brooklyn and Williamsburg. Because I have to get used to running outside again for the half marathon. The half marathon's not till the end of May. But yeah, another thing is that the weather has been, it's been New York winter. When I see people like outside running, I'm like, how are you doing this? Like, I can barely walk from my apartment to the gym without dying. Like, and I'm in layers and coats. I'm just not gonna do it. I will go to the gym and I will enjoy my time on the treadmill. I just like running on the treadmill in the gym. I love going to the gym. It's like a little ritual. I know a lot of people hate it, but I don't hate it. And also, like, yeah, you can just like get in the zone. You don't have to worry about like traffic lights or other people. You're just like, there's no distractions. It's just like everything else just falls away and it's just me on the treadmill and my earphones and my running. And yeah, and I guess it's like quite easy to track your progress as well when you're on a treadmill. I'm a high school vegan runner. Do you take iron supplements? I don't take iron supplements. I don't take supplements at all. And when I say I don't take supplements, I don't, you know, like take any tablets or any sort of form of like vitamin. However, I do drink this every single day. It is from Whole Foods, and it is a naturally flavored, nutrient enhanced water beverage. So yeah, basically mineral water. And I just bought it because I bought it once because, you know, I thought I would try it and it tastes really good. And basically the ingredients are like stevia and a bunch of vitamins. It has like 300, yeah, it has like 300% of your vitamin C. It has like 90% of my B12, so I'm getting my B12. 60% of niacin, which is really important if you're a female with like, you know, to regulate your hormones. Like half of my vitamin E, like 35% of my vitamin A, and then 100% of pantothenic acid. So I guess I've got the pantothenic acid covered, but it doesn't say iron in there, so I guess that doesn't really cover your iron. But yeah, greens, leafy greens, oatmeal. I always, like, I occasionally track my intake on Chronometer, and I never ever have any like issues with iron. I've never had an iron deficiency come up like ever in my blood tests, and I have been a vegan since I was 17 and I'm 24 now. So yeah, no, but it's definitely something like if you're a high school, if you're vegan in high school, what's high school? I don't even know what high school is in America. I'm pretty sure I was just turning vegan at the end of high school. But you know, at that age, obviously it's really important that you have all your vitamins and minerals and nutrients covered. So if you are vegan, and if you're a vegan runner, and if you're that young, then go to your doctors and get a blood test, and don't be worrying about like individual things like that unless something shows up. Just make sure you do your research on what you need to be eating. And iron, just tons of green veg, any veg, and oatmeal are great sources of iron. But yeah, that's like barely scratching the surface. But do I take iron supplements? No, I don't. I don't take any supplements. I drink that vitamin water because it has my B12 in it, and I track Chronometer, and I make sure, you know, that I'm getting everything. I eat the same thing every day, so yeah, there's not like one day where I'm going to be missing out on things, and even if there is, it's not going to kill me. Do you still get your period? So I have a very like long history with an eating disorder. I have made a video on that I've just put up. If you want to take a look at that, then you can go and take a look at that. But yeah, so basically I fell ill when I was about 16 and I lost a lot of weight, and obviously naturally I lost my period. Now I did make a video I think about a year ago about how I'd gotten my period back after 6 years, and I was in Sydney, and I just moved to Sydney, and I was absolutely delighted that I'd gotten my period back. And I thought it was because I'd eaten tons of calories when I was traveling in like Chiang Mai and, you know, all the rest, and I just was 100% convinced that it was the 6,000 calories a day and the high carbohydrate diet that had helped me get my period back. But I didn't get my period again after that, and I kept on with that stupid diet. More on that in another video. So yeah, I didn't get my period again after that, but at the moment I do have my period, and the reason I have my period is because I have introduced healthy fats, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. But yes, I will definitely do a whole other video on the benefits of adding in healthy fats and having decreased my carbohydrate intake a little bit. But do I have my period? Yes, I do have my period. I'm extremely lean. Like, it's actually quite surprising that I have my period, because at the moment my body fat percentage is around 10.5, 10%. But yeah, I still get my period once a month. I don't know if anyone wants me to prove that, if anyone doesn't believe me. I'm just being totally honest. Yes, I have my period. That's only been a recent thing, but I did go through 6 years at least with no period, and yeah, getting it back again is kind of hard to deal with. Where is your favorite place in Australia? I was in Sydney, I was in Melbourne, I went to Adelaide, and I went to the Grampians, and I did Mornington Peninsula, so I did like little trips. My favorite place was Sydney. I miss Sydney very much. Okay, so I feel I've covered quite a lot in that video. I don't want to run over time anymore. If you have any questions that you kind of think of from maybe watching any of my other videos or from watching this video, then just leave them in the comments below. You can also leave a question on my Instagram, Fitness Plant Based. I have just recently started this one like specific to this channel, this Instagram account specific to this channel, so it's going to be like 100% fitness and plant-based nutrition related, whereas my other one, Aveen NYC, that's kind of like my arty creative coffee addict, you know, random selfies, snaps of New York kind of page. So if you're not into like that, then, and if you just want to hear about stuff about health and fitness, then you can follow my new page, which is Fitness Plant Based. So yeah, thank you for watching this video, and give it a thumbs up if you like, and subscribe to my channel for more videos on running, fitness, and vegan food and plant-based lifestyle. So yeah, have a good day guys. Bye.